Hey Rumii users, let's talk about how to rumii. This is the very basics of how to use rumii. So you're going to spawn in the lobby. If you look around in the lobby here, it's a big open space, and this is where you're going to generally meet your team members, people in your class, whatever group that you're going to be meeting up with. So the first thing we're going to do here is we're going to hit escape. On a Mac or PC using desktop mode, you can hit escape. And right here we have our menu. We've got available rooms here on the left. On the right it says what room we're in, which is the lobby. We have our volume slider down here. And we have our help here. We're going to click on help. These are the basic controls for rumii. If there's any PC gamers out there, or maybe some Mac gamers, you guys might recognize WASD. That's our movement scheme. So what we need to do is, if you look at WASD, think of those as your arrow keys, except they've been transplanted to the left side of your keyboard to WASD. So you're going to use those to move, and then your shift is going to allow you to move faster to run. And then if you need to steer or look around, you're going to hold down the right mouse button. So right now, if I move the mouse cursor will move, but my actual view won't move. So if I hold down the right mouse, and now I move, now I can see. And then I'm using the keyboard, WASD, to get around. Alright, let's look at how you go to rooms or create rooms. So let's hit escape again. And we're going to go to available rooms. And here we have our existing rooms and how many users we have. So at the top you'll see 040. That means right now there's nobody in these rooms. If I want to go to a room, I simply just click on a room and I'll be transported there. Here we have our settings. Anytime you see these three lines stacked up here, that's going to be settings in rumii. You have your page and a refresh button here on the right. So we're going to go to settings. There's a selection here, move everyone when switching rooms. If you select this and you switch rooms, it'll take everybody in that room to the room with you. That way, every single individual user doesn't need to switch manually. Now you can create a new room, enter your room name, and we can choose the actual environment we want this room to be in. So we're going to put this in the auditorium. We're going to create. Now we have happy room right here. Edit current room. If you go to edit current room, you have your primary and secondary colors. You can select them here with the slider and right here. If you have a hexadecimal code for your branding colors, you can put it here. And we can also change the environment outside. So let's make it the moon outside. And don't forget, when you're done selecting your colors, to hit apply color. There we go. So we're going to hit OK, and now you're going to see outside, it's the moon. So let's go back to available rooms. We're going to go to the room we just created, the happy room in the auditorium. Alright, we've joined the happy room. This is the auditorium. This is a great place to teach class, training, and whatnot. We're going to go down here to the widget board. Anytime you see this logo, the rumii icon, you can click on it and you can open all our different widgets. Let's do this from back here. Alright. On the right, you're going to see numbers. These are different tabs. So you can have multiple widgets open and tab between them. A good use of this is, for instance, you can use our PDF viewer to upload a PDF, but maybe you have some movies or some MP4s that were in your PowerPoint or your Keynote. You can upload those to the video player and have them on a separate tab so that you can tab in between your presentation and the videos. So right here is where you're going to have all of your different widgets and tools. As this fills up, when we add more features, you're going to see some arrows. You'll be able to tab over to different widgets and features. So let's have a look at some of these features. Alright, so most of these are pretty self-explanatory. So we've got the whiteboard here. The whiteboard can be used two different ways. You can just select the whiteboard and draw on the whiteboard, or we can actually overlay the whiteboard on an existing widget. So if we have our photo viewer here, and we're going to pick a random image here, now we can select the whiteboard and actually overlay. Now on the whiteboard you have delete up here, you have undo, you have larger and smaller brush, and you have different colors here. Let's have a look at screen share. Now, screen share right now is typically best used in desktop mode because if you share your screen in VR, you're going to be showing exactly what you're looking at and not your desktop. So if you have anything that isn't supported by a widget, maybe you need to show a website or an app that you're teaching, screen share is the best way to do that. Now we have our PDF viewer, exactly what it sounds like. You can upload and select PDFs. So here's our upload button here on the right. You can delete files here. And let's find puppies. Now we can use a PDF viewer to scroll up and down. And we can zoom in and out. Look at this beautiful Cocker Spaniel. And this is porcelain, I think. I'm not sure. But anyways, PDF viewer. We've got the model viewer. We've got an entire tutorial for the model viewer, how to upload models, but I'll show you the basics. Model viewer. Here we have. Let's take this test. Let's try. Just do this muscle car. All right. So this car right here. At the top left, we have our translation, our rotation, and our scale. And this is to unselect. So if we select translation, you can move the translation handles here to move the vehicle, move the model. Select rotation, you can rotate each axis. And if you want to scale it up and have a gigantic vehicle, go for it. Here we go. All right, let's actually let me show you. Right here we have our page buttons, the ability to delete and upload. Upload, you're going to put in your path file here. Under settings, you can actually change your drive if your files are on a different drive. And make sure you hit select once you put in the path. All right, we have an audio player. Audio player currently supports WAV files. So upload your WAV here, select the WAV to play it. And we have our video player. We support MP4s. Our rumii file limit as of this date right now is 100 megabytes. It could go up in the future. But yeah, try to keep your files under 100 megabytes. So we're going to select a video here. And the top here, 1 of 1, that means there's one user in the room and one person has completed loading it. So if you see, say, 3 of 10, 3/10, that means 3 people have downloaded the file out of the 10. Once that hits the maximum, go ahead and play. And you've got a video. So, exit out of there. We've got Google Poly. Google Poly is a free model database created by Google that's optimized and ideal for VR. So if you're on the Oculus Go or maybe an all-in-one based VR headset, these models are great because they're very efficient, they're low poly, they don't have hardly any texture data. Great models. So we have kind of some top models here by default. And you're going to select one. Let's select this black-footed. It's a white-footed ferret, I guess. I don't know. I'm not a ferretologist. But I do know we can have giant ferrets in rumii. And that's what I'm going to do. Bam, giant ferret. All right, now that you're frightened by my giant killer ferret, let's have a look at some other features in Google Poly. Over here, we can search by name. So let's search for a goat. Maybe this ferret needs a goat friend. And it's searching for some goats. Now this goat is a rare elusive goat, apparently. Special African goat. But hey, who knows, maybe it is a goat. So here we have different objects we can search for. We have featured, we have new scene, and open scene. Now scenes are where you can put out a bunch of Google Poly models, orient them, scale them, and then save the current scene right here. So if you have an event or something, you can actually go back and open scene, and it's going to open and place all the items where you put them. So let's close this menu. Goodbye, giant ferret and African goat. And we have, last but not least, building blocks. Building blocks are basically just very simple shapes to place around your environment as markers. If you just need some kind of locators, Just really simple stuff here, nothing too fancy. And I do want to mention actually for Google Poly, if you want to make your own Google Poly models, download Google Blocks on Steam. It's a free program, and you can actually create your own, submit it to the Google Library, and then import them into Rumii. We also allow the importation, is that a word? Importation? The importing of Tilt Brush, which is also a Google product that you can also download on Steam. Alright guys, there's our basic Rumii widgets. If you have any questions, you can email us at support@dogheadsimulations.freshdesk.com. Hopefully we can help you out. And thanks for watching this video.